Exam Dost, success का host, Sainik Navodaya में top most.
Question says, identify which of the following pairs of angles are complementary and which are supplementary. Complementary angles. We know when the sum of two angles is 90 degree, both the angles are called complementary. And when the sum of two angles is 180 degree, they are called supplementary angles. So let us find out of these four options which of the following is complementary and which one is supplementary. For that we have to add. The first option is 65 plus 115. Now when we add 65 and 115, I get 180. Since the sum of two angles is 180, these two are supplementary angles. Let's go to the second option. The two angles are 63 and 27. Now sum of 63 and 27 is 90 degree. So these two are complementary angles. Third option. (112) and 68. Adding these two, we get 180. So both are supplementary angles. Fourth option. 130 and 150. Sorry, 130 and 50. Adding these two, we get 180. So these two are supplementary angles. So first one is a supplementary, third one is a supplementary, and fourth one is a supplementary. Second is a complementary angle. In the given figure, angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary angles. If angle 1 is decreased, what changes should take place in angle 2 so that both the angle still remain supplementary? क्वेश्चन में ऐसा बताया, आप देख भी सकते हैं कि ये एक स्ट्रेट लाइन है और स्ट्रेट लाइन पर अगर दो एंगल्स बने हुए हैं तो वो दोनों लीनियर पेयर बन जाएंगे. सो एंगल 1 एंड एंगल 2 लीनियर पेयर हैं और दोनों सप्लीमेंट्री भी है. मीन्स एंगल 1 प्लस एंगल 2 देयर सम शुड बी 180. नाउ अकॉर्डिंग टू द क्वेश्चन दे से अगर हम एंगल 1 को डिक्रीज कर देंगे तो एंगल 2 में क्या चेंज आएगा. लेट अस अज्यूम दैट एंगल 1 इज 140 डिग्री. अज्यूम करेंगे तो एंगल 2 हो जाएगा 40 डिग्री. सो दैट इन दोनों का सम हो जाएगा 180 और ये हो जाएंगे सप्लीमेंट्री. ना अकॉर्डिंग टू द क्वेश्चन जैसे कि एंगल 1 को अगर हम डिक्रीज कर दें, अगर हम एंगल 1 को डिक्रीज करेंगे, फॉर एग्जांपल उसे 140 से 120 कर देते हैं, तो हमने उसे डिक्रीज कर दिया. तो अगर ये दोनों एंगल्स को सप्लीमेंट्री होना पड़ेगा, इफ दिस इज द कंडीशन की सप्लीमेंट्री होने चाहिए, और एंगल 1 को अब हमने डिक्रीज 140 से 120 कर दिया है, तो एंगल 2 को हमें इंक्रीज करना होगा, 40 से 60 करना होगा, तभी जाकर इन दोनों का सम 180 होगा और ये दोनों सप्लीमेंट्री होंगे. तो अगर एक एंगल को हमने डिक्रीज किया, एंगल 1 को, तो एंगल 2 को हमें इंक्रीज करना होगा. आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन इज कि अगर हमें पूरे दोनों एंगल्स को सप्लीमेंट्री रखना है, एक एंगल को अगर डिक्रीज किया तो दूसरा इंक्रीज करना पड़ेगा. इन द एडजॉइनिंग फिगर we can see that there are two intersecting lines AB and CD, and that there is a ray which is starting from the center of this point of intersection of the two lines O, which is OE. हम देख सकते हैं यहाँ दो intersecting lines हैं, एक AB है और एक CD है. ये दो intersecting lines हैं और जहाँ पर ये दोनों lines intersect हो रही हैं वहाँ center point से एक ray OE भी निकल के आ रही है. और यहाँ पर कुछ एंगल्स इन्होंने they have drawn 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. They have made 5 angles like this, and then based on this figure there are some questions which we have to answer. Question number 1, they are asking, is angle 1 adjacent to angle 2? Angle 1, this is the angle 1 here and this is the angle 2 here. To understand the question better, Let us draw this diagram separately here. इसको हम अलग निकाल लेते हैं. This is point A. This is point C, point B, and this is O. So here we can see that this is the angle 1 and this is the angle 2. Now if angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angle, then they should have a common vertex. And they do have a common vertex. They have a common vertex which is the point O. ये इनका common vertex है, which is point O. They should have a common arm. As you can see, the ray OC is the common arm for angle 1 and angle 2. Angle 1 के लिए भी OC ray है और angle 2 के लिए भी OC ray. So they have a common arm which is OC. And the other arm should be on the opposite side. Angle 1 का other arm है OA और angle 2 का other arm है OE जो कि opposite side में. So the other arm is on the opposite side. So then angle 1 and angle 2 will be the adjacent angle, and we can see that all these three properties are being followed by angle 1 and angle 2. They have a common vertex, means they have a common starting point, they have a common arm OC, and the opposite arm OA and OE are on the opposite sides. So answer to option number 1 is yes, they are adjacent. Second question, is angle AOC adjacent to angle AOE? To understand it better, let's draw it separately. AOC and angle AOE, and for a further clarity, let's draw them completely individually also. So here you can see that this is the point A, this is the point C, and this is the point E. This is the angle AOC, which is named angle 1, and this complete is the angle AOE, which will be angle 1 plus angle 2 both. So let us name it angle 6. Here further let us draw them for a better understanding. This is O, this is C. Here this is A, this is O, and this is E. Now when I separate the angle AOC and angle AOE, we can clearly see that they are not adjacent angles. Now why they are not adjacent angles? Because for being an adjacent angle, first they should have a common vertex, which they do. इनका common vertex तो है, so O is the common vertex for both. They should have a common arm. Both the angles AOE and AOC, they have a common arm which is OA. OA दोनों के लिए common है, दोनों angles में OA arm है, so they have a common arm also which is OA. But the third condition, the other arm should be in the opposite side. That condition is not meeting. आप देखो कि अगर एंगल AOC और एंगल AOE में हमारा जो कॉमन आर्म है वो OA है, दिस इज द कॉमन आर्म OA, और बाकी के जो दो आर्म है वो ऑपोजिट साइड में होने चाहिए, कॉमन आर्म के ऑपोजिट में, लेकिन दो बाकी के जो अदर टू आर्म्स हैं OC एंड OE, दे आर नॉट इन द ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन ऑफ द कॉमन आर्म. वो कॉमन आर्म के ऑपोजिट में नहीं, कॉमन आर्म के दोनों तरफ होने चाहिए. यहां तो द अदर आर्म्स OC फॉर एंगल AOC एंड OE फॉर एंगल AOE, they are not on the opposite sides, they are on the same sides. So the other arm OC and OE, they are on same side, and according to the adjacent angle they should be on the opposite side. So since they are on same side, these two angles are not adjacent angle. और आप देख भी सकते हैं कि एंगल वन एक्चुअली जो एंगल AOE है, एंगल AOC उसका पार्ट है. दैट एंगल AOC is a part of angle AOE. So that is why also they are not adjacent angles. The answer to question number 2 is no or false. Next question. Do angle COE and angle EOD form a linear pair? You can see angle COE is angle 2. Angle EOD is sum of angle 3 and angle 4. You can look at the diagram. Understand this better. Let's take it out separately. This is the point C, E, B, and D. So according to the question, they are asking that if angle COE and angle EOD are they supplementary? Supplementary means is there sum 180? Let us check. If their sum is 180, then they should be the angle on a straight line, or they should form a linear pair. Now if you look at the angle COE, you can see that this is the angle COE, this is angle 2, and angle EOD, this complete angle is angle EOD. As you can see that angle COE plus angle EOD equals to angle COD, and you can see that angle COD is a 180 degree angle. ये पूरा एंगल आप देखें तो ये 180 डिग्री का एंगल बन रहा है, और एंगल COE प्लस एंगल EOD दोनों ऐड करें तो ये कंप्लीट एंगल COD हमें मिलेगा. It means that angle COE and angle EOD, their sum is 180 because they are straight angle. So we can say that they are supplementary. Answer to the third is yes. In the adjoining figure, are angle BOD and angle DOA supplementary? Means is the sum of angle BOD and angle DOA, is it supplementary? Means is the sum of these two angle 180 degree? Let us find out. You can see the angle BOD as angle 4 and angle DOA here, which is angle 5. For a better understanding, let's draw this here separately. Point A, D, and point B. So this is our angle BOD, which is angle 4, and angle DOA, which is angle 5. Now you can see that both angle 4 and angle 5, they are lying on a straight line AOB, or rather AB. तो हमारा जो एंगल 4 और एंगल 5 है, जो एंगल BOD और एंगल DOA है, ये दोनों एक स्ट्रेट लाइन पर आ रहे हैं. एंड सिंस these two lines are on a straight, these two angles are on a straight line, the sum of these two angles will be 180. So yes, we can say that sum of these two angles is supplementary. Answer to question number 4 is true. Next, question number 5, is angle 1 vertically opposite to angle 4? Now, when two lines intersect each other at a common point, the opposite angles are called vertically opposite angles. Here, the line AB and CD, you can see they bisect each other, or they are intersecting lines. Sorry, not bisecting, they are intersecting lines. And in such a case, you can see that this is the angle 1, which is angle AOC, and this is the angle 4, which is angle BOD. They are vertically opposite angle, so answer is true. However, they have twisted the diagram in a way that they have divided the other pair of vertically opposite angle. इधर इन्होंने एक लाइन खींच दी और लाइन खींचकर इन्होंने एंगल COB को दो एंगल्स बना दिए. This is angle 2, this is angle 3, and this is angle 5. So as we know that vertically opposite angles are equal, so angle 1 will be equal to angle 4, और एंगल 5 का ऑपोजिट एक्चुअली 2 और 3 दोनों हो जाएंगे. सो वी विल से दैट एंगल 5 इज इक्वल टू एंगल 2 प्लस एंगल 3, because we know that vertically opposite angles will be equal. Answer to question number 5 is true. Question number 6, what is the vertically opposite angle of angle 5? So if you look at this diagram, the vertically opposite angle of angle 5 is not a single angle, it is actually a mix of two angles. So angle 5, which is actually angle DOA, its vertically opposite angle will be actually sum of the two angles, angle 2 plus angle 3. इन दोनों angles को मिलाकर जो angle बन रहा है, that is the vertically opposite angle of angle 5, which can be written as angle BOC. So the vertically opposite angle of angle 5, which is angle DOA, will be angle BOC. Find the value of angle X, Y and Z in each of the following. So we can say there are two diagrams given here. We have to find the value of X, Y and Z in the first as well as in the second. So solving the first one, so I can see that there are two intersecting lines. They have given one of the angle as 55 degree. So in the first diagram, we can see that this one of the angle is 55 degree. And we have opposite to this 55 degrees angle X. Now, as by the property of vertically opposite angle, angle X will be equal to 55 degree. So angle X we will get 55 degree because they are vertically opposite angle, they will be same. Now, to find out the other two angle which are Y and Z, if we are able to find out any one of them, we can find out the other one, because angle Y and angle Z are equal because they are the other pair of vertically opposite angle in this. For finding the either angle Y or angle Z, what we will do is, you look at that this is angle X and this is angle Y, and they both are on a straight line. So the complete sum of angle X and angle Y should be 180 degree. And if angle X plus angle Y is 180 degree, we have the value of angle X as 55. So 55 plus angle Y should be 180. To find out the value of angle Y, take 55 from left to right, it will be subtracted. So angle Y will become 180 minus 55. 180 minus 55 is 125. So angle Y will be 125 degree, because angle Y and angle X, they will form a linear pair whose sum is 180, and if angle y is 125, angle z also is 125 degree. So we have the value of all x, y and z. Moving on to the second part of this diagram, you can see actually there are these two lines which are intersecting, and there's another line here which is a different. To understand the solution, first let us take these two intersecting lines. So this angle is given us as 40 degree and this angle is z. So they both will be vertically opposite angle, so angle z will also be 40 degree. So we get the value of angle z as 40 degree. Now if you look at this angle y and angle z are lying on a straight line. You can see this straight line here, angle y and angle z. They both are formed in this straight line, so their sum will be 180. So y plus z should be 180. Z we have calculated as 40, so y plus 40 equals to 180. Take 40 from left to right, it will be subtracted. Y will be 180 minus 40, which is 140. So value of y will be 140 degree. And now let us come to angle x. For that we will draw a line from here, and this side angle is given to us as 25 degree. Now see that these three angles, 40 degree angle, x and 25 degree angle, these three angles also lie on a straight line. So sum of these three angles should be 180. So 40 degree plus x plus 25 degree, sum of all these three angles should be 180 degree because they are the angle on a straight line. 40 plus 25, this is 65, so x plus 65 equals 180. Take 65 from left side to right side, it will be subtracted. X equals 180 minus 65, which is 115 degree. So value of angle x will be 115 degree. We have calculated all the three angles. Now this type of mental exercise, or rather this type of understanding of angles is very important for you to solve the question from lines and angles, because from the topic lines and angles, the question which you will get will be purely based on how your understanding of angles are. In the adjoining figure, name the following pairs of angles. First, obtuse vertically opposite angles. So vertically opposite angles तो हमें पता है, पर उसमें वो angle should be obtuse. To understand this question, let's draw this diagram separately. Now here you can see we have taken this diagram separately from the one which is given in the question. And you can see that here we have two pairs of vertically opposite angles. The first pair is angle BOA and angle COD. Now if you just analyze that these two angles are smaller angles, and we can say that these two are acute vertically opposite angles. However, if you look at the other pair of vertically opposite angle, which is angle AOD and angle BOC, you can see that these two angles are obtuse angle. So we can call it obtuse vertically opposite angles. Our answer will be vertically opposite angles which are obtuse will be AOD and angle BOC. Next question, adjacent complementary angles. So we have to find out a pair of complementary angles and they should be adjacent also. Finding the answer will take only the part of this. I've taken only one part of this. Different points are B, A and E. Now if you see here that angle BOA, this angle, and angle AOE, these two angles, if you add these two angles, then the sum of these two angles, this will be a complete angle AOE. Sorry, BOE. This will be the complete angle BOE, and the complete angle BOE, we can see that it is visible that it is a 90-degree angle. And when the sum of these two angles are 90 degree, then these two are complementary angles. Now another point here in this question is, are they adjacent? Let us check whether the angle BOA and angle AOE, are they adjacent. For being an adjacent angle, they should have a common vertex. These two angles, they do have a common vertex. They should have a common arm. So OA is the common arm of both the angles, so they do have a common arm. The third condition is the opposite arm should be on the other sides. So other arm, which is OB and OE, they are on the opposite sides. So we can say that the angle BOA and angle AOE are adjacent angles because they are following all the three properties. Next, equal supplementary angles. Now supplementary angles we know are two angles whose sum is 180, but the equal supplementary angle means that both the supplementary angles should be equal, and that is possible only when both the angles are 90 degree. So the two supplementary angles should be each 90 degree so that their sum is 180. So here we have to find out two angles, both of which should be 90 degree. And so if you look at this diagram here, this is the straight line and this is another ray standing on it. This is B, D, O and this is E. So you can see that the angle BOE is a 90 degree angle and angle EOD is also a 90 degree angle, and sum of these two angles will be 180 because when you see that both these angles are standing on a straight line BD, ये दोनों एंगल स्ट्रेट लाइन BD पर आ रहे हैं, और अगर ये दोनों स्ट्रेट लाइन BD पर आ रहे हैं तो इसका मतलब दोनों एंगल्स का सम 180 होना चाहिए. इंडिविजुअली दोनों 90 डिग्री एंगल्स हैं और उनका सम भी 180 है. सो दीज आर द टू इक्वल सप्लीमेंट्री एंगल्स. एंगल इक्वल भी है, 90 ईच है और उनका सम भी 180 आ रहा है. सो आवर आंसर इज एंगल BOE एंड एंगल EOD. Part 4, the adjacent angles that do not form a linear pair. Adjacent means neighboring angles, पर वो linear pair नहीं होने चाहिए, मतलब 180 डिग्री का एंगल नहीं होना चाहिए. दो एंगल्स का सम should not be 180 or the angle should not lie on a straight line. So we have to find out the adjacent angles, but they should not be linear pair. Please look here. We have to find the adjacent angle. Adjacent angle पहला है एंगल BOA एंड एंगल AOE. दोनों एंगल्स को आप ऐड करेंगे तो ये कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री आएगा, 90 डिग्री आएगा, लीनियर पेयर नहीं आएगा, 180 नहीं आएगा. सो फर्स्ट विल बी एंगल BOA and angle AOE. These two are adjacent angles and their sum is not 180, है ना. Do not form a linear pair मतलब दोनों की सम 180 नहीं आनी चाहिए. तो आप देख सकते हैं एंगल BOA और एंगल AOE, इन दोनों का जो सम होगा वो 90 आएगा, 180 नहीं आएगा. तो ये दोनों एडजेसेंट एंगल्स हैं ऐसे जिनका सम लीनियर पेयर नहीं है. नेक्स्ट such pair will be angle AOE and angle EOD. ये भी दो ऐसे एंगल्स हो जाएंगे जो एडजेसेंट एंगल हैं पर इनका सम 180 नहीं है. AOE and angle EOD, they are also not forming a linear pair. इनका भी दोनों का सम 180 नहीं आएगा because they are not a straight line angle. Similarly आप देखिए एंगल EOD and angle DOC, these two angles EOD and DOC, angle EOD and angle DOC, these two angles are also adjacent angles but not forming any linear pair. Means they are neighboring angles but their sum is not 180. State the property that is used in each of the following statements. So there are three statements given and then there is a diagram attached and we have to identify that these three statements, what are the property they are referring to. For understanding this question better, I'll take this diagram separately. We will not take the right side line. This line we will not take because all the angles are made on this. So let us draw this here. For the ease of understanding, I'll just name the angles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now let us move on to the question number 1. The question number 1 says if A is parallel to B, means these two lines are parallel and we know that this line which is intersecting both the lines A and B is called a transversal. They say then angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Now here we can see the angle 1 and here we can see the angle 5. Now if A and B are parallel and this is a transversal, let's say this line C is a transversal, then angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles. And we know that corresponding angles are equal, so angle 1 will be equal to angle 5. For a better understanding, let us also discuss the other corresponding angles. Other pair of corresponding angles will be angle 4 and angle 8. They will be equal. And on the right hand side you can see that angle 2 and angle 6 will also be a corresponding angle. They will be equal. And finally angle 3 and angle 7 will also be corresponding angle. They will be equal.